Join us for a monumental moment.
You are here with
A Trio Tribune.
2, 3.
You guys, this is the coolest thing ever.
This is so cool. I am jaw on the floor.
We are giddy AF right now.
We are. Okay, Abs.
Okay, so today, welcome back. It's been a minute. I am going to tell you guys something I'm super excited about, and we finally made a decision, which took us quite some time. But our new segment, or our segment that we've been talking about and undecided on a topic or like title is drumroll, like it or leave it. So
With no help from you guys.
no, I was like fully, I just like driving in my car. I'm like it or leave it. That's it.
And explain it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea is we take something positive from the week or good that we like and we want to keep in our life. And then there's always something negative in your life. Everybody has a life. We're human. And that negative thing, leave it behind. Mm-hmm. And so like it or leave it. So welcome back. And let's do like it or leave it for this last week.
Yes.
Something, Bethany, that you want to like it or leave it this week.
Okay. Well, my like it was I went to Cabo, and I actually loved it. So
Maybe we should love it or leave it.
But I will say coming home, and I don't know if I just put way too much like energy or pressure on coming home, like with knowing that I was gonna hate being home because the weather is just really crappy right now.
Yeah, it absolutely is the worst.
But it was just crazy because I got home at 10:30 p.m. on Thursday night. Was it Thursday night? Wednesday night?
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
'Cause it was
And
Valentine's
then
Day.
Thursday morning. Oh, and let me just tell you, Cabo, I was feeling mostly good. I had energy. I was going out in the sun. I could eat and was hardly throwing up with my pregnancy. Oh, did I tell everybody I'm
Yeah.
pregnant?
You did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, phew. I'm pregnant, guys.
Well, you also
Anyways.
announced it on Instagram.
Oh,
so.
true. Well, on Instagram I did, but I didn't know with the podcast. If I
You did.
Oh, okay.
Because you're, anyways,
My
you
other
did.
lows were probably sick.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you led to it.
Anyways, okay, I'm going to hurry and finish this off. But I got home Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I woke up and had literally the most horrible nausea, throwing up, acid reflux. Just like it felt like coming home was like somebody just pounded 100 pounds of bricks on me, and it was horrible.
Sad.
So I was like, why am I home? But I'm feeling okay. We're here in this beautiful place, and we're recording now, so I'm good. That's all.
Wait, so was your like it going to Cabo, but then your leave it was coming home?
Yeah, sorry. And then we're this. Sorry, I just had to
She liked Cabo.
She's gonna leave this
I
place.
loved Cabo. I'm gonna leave
Coming
the
home.
fact that coming home was so hard behind
Love that.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
now I'm home and. It's
I
okay.
will say that when me and Manny got home, I was in shorts because it was like we were literally like at the beach right before we went to the airport. And then we get off the plane here in Utah and it was like raining, snowing. It was so cold and I'm like, this is stupid. Why did we come back?
It's like the weirdest thing when you travel from one place to another like that. You're like you're all bundled up going from cold, and then you get off the plane and you end up in like Hawaii or something, and you're like,
Yeah.
I need to take all these
where's
layers
my
off.
swimsuit?
Like getting in your like snowsuit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's funny.
That is funny.
Mill's turn?
Okay, my leave it. This week I actually moved from my house to another one. Obviously, that's how moving works. But it was
Holy crap!
but it was just a lot of work. But I was really grateful for all the help. Bethany came and Manny was with me the entire day, so that was really great. But moving in general is just I could leave that behind. We did talk about that, and we're like, one day we're just gonna pay people to move for us. Like we're totally in support of people paying other people to move you. I think that's great.
It's a great business.
Yeah. So then the other thing, and then as far as love it, like it, whatever, Manny took me out for Valentine's Day, and it was the sweetest, cutest day ever. We went to Urban Hill in Salt Lake, and it was like a 4-course meal. It was like the most delicious, beautiful meal I've ever had. The salad was incredible. Just like, oh my gosh, I could not get over the strawberry pavlova. It was...
Pavlova?
It's kind of like a meringue type thing.
Okay.
With like, it was like almost like a strawberry cream and then like fruit. It was like melting in my mouth the whole night. We're like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, but remember that strawberry pavlova? I brought it up like 5 times. So that was something I really enjoyed this last week. So yeah. But when you guys listen to this, it'll be like 2 months after Valentine's Day, realizing.
I know. Always.
I think that's one thing that's like one of my highs that I do have when traveling is the food. Like the experiences, and it's funny that sometimes you remember the food that you ate more than you remember other aspects of the trip.
100%.
Our trip was all
tacos.
about eating.
Tacos.
Okay, Abs, your turn.
Okay, my like it. I've been getting in a good flow state at work.
Oh, I love that.
And so I've been feeling extra gratitude for my job. And so that is something I'm going to like it and keep going with it, keep it on a roll. My leave it, I've been like a little bit inconsistent with my morning runs and a little less intentional about like my morning meditation. So I'm going to stop feeling bad about that, leave that behind, and just like fresh start.
Yes.
So
I love that.
that's my like it and leave it. So.
Okay, guys, this topic's actually I love this topic, and I feel like we've kind of touched on this topic in different ways. But essentially, this time we really just want to talk about and focus on that success is for everyone. Anyone and everyone can be successful, and just kind of talking about the different ways we can implement that into our lives and find success for ourselves, and also not limit it to a certain type of person or personality. And I think that's I think that's really one of our goals this whole thing is just to like have a community that helps everyone see that they're valuable, worth it, and capable of success.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes growing up, everybody grows up in a different way of life, and that's kind of what frames your trajectory or what you see yourself achieving in the future is like, well, we base it off of what we see our parents do a lot of times or our teachers. And so some of like the best sellers out there are those incredible comeback stories. Like I came from nothing and I made myself. And I think that those are so inspirational because we grow up sometimes with a scarcity mindset where we set limitations on what we can achieve. And so really I do think it's cool that we are trying to break that mindset and say success is for every single person. Mm-hmm. There is abundance of what's that quote? The sky's not the limit. Did we already say that in one of our episodes?
Wait,
I don't know. Yeah,
I love that quote because that is
so much further.
Yeah, there's infinite universe.
Yeah,
the
why is the sky the limit?
Oh my gosh,
Who said that?
I've never heard that, but I like it.
I love that quote.
I liked that you mention limitations on success because I think it is so easy to feel or like think that we cannot have what we want. Like it's not possible. I've never seen anyone in my family have this. I can't have it. So there are lots of limitations, but something that I've been thinking about as we started this was one limitation I hear or see from a lot of people around me is that they think success is luck. You're lucky. You're lucky that you could go to school to become a doctor. That is really lucky.
Yeah.
But I think anyone could do it if they wanted to do it.
Yes, and I do think it's important to consider there are factors, right? Like it is harder. Like that's not discounting what it takes to get there for some people versus others. Like if you are born into money, some things are more accessible depending on your environment, your location, your resources.
Yeah.
So a good point. Like it's not.
But I also am just thinking that like it's, and maybe going to school to become a doctor, that could not even be success to someone. You know, like starting your own business, a cleaning business, or doing something like that, and just working and slaying hard and putting a lot of time and effort into it, you will be successful, you know? And I was talking to my brother-in-law about this, but I tend to have goals or things that I want to do and start it and stop. Like I am the queen of having big dreams and being freaking way motivated for the first 2 weeks. And then after, I realized that it's hard, like, because I go so hard. I'll do like, okay, this is what I said to him. We were talking about guitar and learning guitar. And I was telling him, even if somebody spent 10 minutes a day, every day, for 2 years, there's no way that you would not be better at guitar after 2 years of doing it for 10 minutes a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think being successful or succeeding in your goals seems so hard, and so people just hold off or say it's lucky or have put limitations on themselves. But really, start small and you will succeed if you are consistent.
I agree. I think it comes down to like patience and consistency. And it kind of reminded me too of what American culture has kind of become, is this mentality of like instant gratification.
Yeah.
That is how things are with like, if you need something, you can get it to your door in 2 hours. And that is how it is now.
DoorDash, Amazon, Instacart.
Yeah.
Walmart delivers your groceries. So that's Instagram, isn't it?
I think we get that way with our goals and ambitions and what we want to do. We feel like, oh shoot, I tried for 2 weeks and I'm just not a professional yet. Like, might as well move on. But that point of like, try for a little bit every day, and then you will become or achieve what you want. Sorry, one more thing.
No, you're fine.
I was also thinking of the term success. A lot of times people associate it with some great degree or job. But what I'm realizing in my personal life experience is success is, in my opinion, being happy doing your work. Whatever job you have, if you have that job and you're happy doing it, you've made it in life, man.
Being happy where you are at in life.
Yeah.
Like, being happy with your relationship, being happy, you know, because there's success in every part of life, too.
Right.
And I totally agree with that. Because I think there can be so much pressure on what success is.
Yeah. There's like a few thoughts. I love the conversation, but there's so many thoughts that have been going through my head. And I think the first one was that like success really could be equivalent to consistency. Like success equals consistency.
What I was going to say real quick. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
To cut you off. But I think, so we're saying everyone can have success. And if you don't believe that, everyone can be consistent. And what is that? Consistent equals success.
Yeah, totally. The other thought, no, I love it. The other thoughts I was having were that sometimes with success, like one thing that people equate to like, one thing you'll hear is like typically successful people, one common thing they found is that they wake up early in the morning, right? They're really productive with their mornings. Think about it. Waking up in the morning is not impossible, and it's honestly not hard. It's just easier to sleep in. So I think that's one thing that I had to mentally like change was like, it's honestly not hard. It's just easier to be lazy. It's not hard. Consistency isn't always hard. It's
Right.
just easier to not do it sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes that can be just even a little mind shift, like, oh, it's really not a hard task. I'm just choosing the easier option. But then as far as success, it was when I turned 25 and I felt this like I wasn't where I needed to be as a 25-year-old. And it was like it clicked in my brain that like success doesn't equate to careers necessarily or tangible physical things like having a boat or having multiple cars. Like for some people, that is a very easy way to like track their success because those are goals they've reached to have. But it was this realization I had that success to me was the type of person I am and the characteristics I have. And I was actually talking to Dad. It was his birthday last month. And I asked him, I said, oh, what's something you learned this last year? And he told me, and then I said, okay, so what's a goal you have for this next year? And he was just talking about how his goal that year was to be a beacon for those around him. And then it just clicked in my head that, like, Dad has never been someone who needs things. Things do not bring Dad happiness. It's all about the person he is and the experiences he's had and the knowledge he has and what he can do and give and be. And it was just this really cool realization for me that, like, success doesn't really mean, it doesn't have to be based off of what we have. Those are great goals. Those are not bad, never. But success really can come down to what type of person do I want to be? Do I want to be generous? Do I want to be kind? Do I want to be humble? Do I want to be giving? Like, do I want to be musical? Do I want to be talented? Do I want to be skilled? Do I want to be knowledgeable? Like, those can be what makes you successful.
And I think that is like such a good point to make that we can boil the whole message down to that.
Yeah.
Everyone can be kind.
Yeah.
Everyone can be consistent.
Yeah.
Everyone can have, you get to choose what your personality characteristics are. We are in control of who we are and how we interact with other people. And that's what boils down to, like, if you really, sift everything out in your life, you're not going to be left with a boat. You're not going to be left with a $12 million home. You're going to be left with how you made other people feel.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is kind of circling back to the beginning of what we were talking about, is sometimes the stories we hear are like people who started with nothing and ended with everything. And so we either feel like, at least, maybe not, maybe this is a personal thing, but I feel like it's common to be like, oh, well, they started with nothing and now they're here, or they started with everything and now they're here. But what about the people who started with just enough? Like, I feel like they kind of get looked over. And so in my head, I'm like, that's the type of people I'd want you to know. Like, even if you started out with not nothing and not everything, you can still be all that you want.
Right.
You can still have all that you need.
And the people who didn't write a bestseller but are living a happy life in the mountains with their loved ones peacefully.
Yeah,
they made it. They
Honestly,
still made
right?
it. Like, that's what they want. That's what they chose, and they're happy and they're successful. That reminds me, or kind of brings me to the call to action. But before I talk about our call to action, I want to talk about what happened to us specifically today in regards to this topic. So, we are so fortunate to use this space because...
So Manuel, my boyfriend, he used to work with Bentley. And so that's the relation.
So Bentley generously was like, absolutely, use my space. Here's this. He's like, I bought all this stuff, top of the line equipment, because
guys,
yes,
this
it's
space
beautiful.
is incredible.
Phenomenal.
Has
beautiful, incredible,
the
phenomenal.
equipment is amazing. Like, it's just, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, I just want to get that point across. Like, he bought all of this and made this space amazing.
Which is what he said.
Yeah,
right?
what he told us was, he's like, I wanted to buy the best things out there because then the responsibility, if I wasn't successful, would fall on me. And my mind instantly when he said that was like, wow, that goes right along with our topic today because he's aiming for success. And while he's aiming for success for himself, he probably has no idea how much he's helping us succeed in doing that. So it's not this mindset of success for myself. Clearly, with the actions of sharing and helping, literally setting up so much stuff for
Thousands
us.
of dollars
So
worth
much
of
stuff before we could even
equipment.
get started and like helping us test everything. He's helping us succeed. It's not a scarcity mindset. Like a rising tide raises all ships. And I think that Bentley's been a perfect example of that.
Yeah, and Samantha for letting us borrow the
Samantha,
home, like
she was
everything,
incredible.
yeah.
And Manny helping to make the
A
sound.
lot of people, and this is something I want to bring up too. The people who are truly successful want others to succeed.
Yes.
And I've seen that in so many people in my life, like in both ways. There's people that want to succeed to the point where they will actually push you down so no one is beating them.
They want
Right.
you on top.
Or
Yes.
there's the other people who truly, I feel like, are successful and they are
Lifting
asking
others.
and helping and telling everyone else how to do the same. And I think that that's incredible. And Bentley and Samantha
Thank you.
show that so
Thank you.
much. So
Yeah.
you
We're very
guys
grateful.
are succeeding and you're helping other people succeed too. And we're just really grateful for that.
We're grateful. And one more shout out to our brothers who created Sound Sculpt. That is how we got our intro and our music. all
And
done.
it's accessible for everyone.
It
Like
is
that
accessible
is
for
something
everyone.
that anyone and everyone could use. And so
So check out soundsculpt.com because you guys can make and create your own music for any content or podcast or anything that you need music for. You can find it on there. So
yeah, and you can play with it. It's a really cool
It's
app. because-
customizable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So our call to action based off of that is what can you do to help other people around you succeed? Instead of thinking what's out there for me, like how can I succeed? I know success. We know success is for everyone. What can we do then to raise the tide?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, don't have a scarcity mindset with it for yourself or for others.
Yeah,
Like,
no
yeah.
limitations. This week.
Yeah, there's no reason to have a scarcity mindset with success because
There we go.
everyone's
It's available to everyone.
yeah,
Just
like
go with it.
anyone can have success and anyone can help with someone else's success and it'll never hurt you. So, yeah. But no, I think that's such a good reminder even for myself. I'm like, oh, this all just fell into place and we feel really lucky and we're really grateful. And we all want you to succeed too. Like we want you to be successful.
We want you.
Yes.
I just want to do it at the same time. We want
No, but let's all succeed together, ladies.
Yeah, so in conclusion, success is for everyone. Don't have a scarcity mindset. Success equals consistency. So be consistent at whatever it is, whether it's your career, whether it's school, whether it's a characteristic or attribute you want to have, whether it's kindness, charity, whatever. And then, yeah, anyone can have it, and we can always help those around us with it.
I love it. Guys, thank you so much for listening, following, supporting, just being here. I don't think you realize how much it means to all of us. That we love this and we want everyone else to. And your support just shows that. So thank you for being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, share it, and yeah, we will talk to you guys
next
next
Monday.
week.
Yeah.
Good job. Love you.
Good job, love ya.
Good job. Love ya.